Hey guys, welcome back to Bakasuri Gaijin. Thank you guys for joining me. It's been a fat minute, it's been a while, and I apologize for that. So I wanted to make a quick episode because I just released some old footage here. I actually have my whole setup going on. I got my computer back. I got everything here. I wanted to keep you guys updated on what's going on and what to expect in the future. So as I unpack all my stuff and I get situated here. So right now it is, let's look at the calendar. It's the 25th of March. It's almost the end of March. I'm trying to get this episode out this weekend as well as the other one. So I left Sasebo, I left Kyushu in the very beginning of January, basically like second week, third week, something like that. We took a ferry from Kyushu. Well, we drove across from Nagasaki Ken all across Saga to Fuke over to Kitakyushu. We took the ferry from Kitakyushu to Yokosuka. And once we got to Yokosuka, we stayed in a hotel for about a week, which was a little pricey, but I get it. And we were trying to find a place to live. And because we're under certain circumstances of visa, the type of visa, we couldn't live in the area that I wanted to live in because they wouldn't take it. It's a little different than if you're in the States or Australia or wherever. Based on your visa, you can only live in certain places, and certain companies will deal with you and won't deal with you. And because we don't have a Japanese bank account, we're using an international bank account. That was also a problem as well. But luckily, through a friend, we were able to find a company. We're renting a beautiful 3-bedroom, 2-story house in basically Yokosuka, Uraga area. Even though I'm going to be working about an hour away in Yokohama, I thought it'd be best because my kid's about to go to school down here. My wife works down here. Make it easier on them. But I am currently waiting to start because if you haven't been watching stuff with the new administration of the American government, all that good stuff. So no worries. I'm not worried. Gives me time to fish. My kiddo started school today because if you're not aware, Japanese school year starts in spring, even though they only get like a week off. So we had to wait from June until basically end of March, April for him to start his kindergarten here. So he's at that. So now I actually have some free time. Today I was actually able to go to the new 2 new fishing stores that are accustomed to me. One is a brand new Point, which I didn't know Point was international. Nice store, pretty small. The other one was extremely small, but it was a fishing store. They do have a casting because I told you there was casting in it. Other episode, and I wish to make an episode on that. The casting up in Yokohama. I haven't been there in 5, 10, 15 years to show my age, but I'm really excited to go up there because it's right next to Costco. Costco's really close here compared to where it was on the other side of Kyushu for us. But tomorrow or the next day, I'm getting ready to hit the water. Unfortunately, my kayak was damaged in shipment, but I was able to work with Viking Kayak Japan, and they were able to send me the parts I needed to replace the parts that were broken. Unfortunately for us, a lot of our furniture was broken during this move. We got a really bad company unpacking, and it's what it is. Our fridge, our washer, a couple of our chairs, our one of our TVs, like, yeah. This has been a rough time, guys, but I'm just happy to be here. All right, sorry about that. I don't know what's going on with that, but my camera is acting up. So anyways, like I was saying, it was a rough little move here. A lot of working details and whatnot, but I'm happy to be here. So since I've been here, it's snowed 4 times, and it snowed really hard down there. So I don't think I would have been on the water too much, as this end of winter into the spring has been pretty rough. But that is typical because remember last year, if you've been watching the episodes, El Nino, El Nino, El Nino. So as we come out of that into this year, especially during summer into fall, should be a lot more mild. And next year, we're going to see the violent change again as we go into La Nina, which mostly affects North America, but not really on this side, thank God. And it's going to be a colder winter next winter. So spring is here. The cherry blossoms should be starting in the next couple days. I'll try and capture that in this new episode coming out, but I'm really pumped. I was able to get out to a beach and see where all the kayakers launch out of. On the opposite side, try and put a map up here on Mira. If you didn't know, I was here for 5-6 years before, so I know the area quite well. Some areas I hadn't been to because I didn't have a car, but I had a lot of friends here. So I'm going to hit up the Mira side. I'm going to hit up in the Uraga side. I'm closer in that area, but all my buddies tell me over near Kanagawa, Mira, and Inoshima, on those areas, you have deeper waters because that bay area that you see on this map, that's known as Sagami 1. So Sagami 1, a lot of traffic out of there, but it gets real deep real quick. And I'm not talking Kyushu deep. I'm talking, oh my God, deep, like 300 meters. So I'm going to show you in a few seconds here some of the setups that I have, but I went to that point like I was talking to you and it showed it. And they do the style of fishing that they do down in Okinawa off the charters because of the deeper water for, not yellowfin, but big eye, blue, and other types of tuna. So let me show you that real quick, and then I'm going to end this episode because I want to hit the water. All right, guys, so I just went down, I grabbed all the stuff out of the van. I'm packing all my stuff for my trip coming up. So on this trip, my main weapon of choice, I'm going to be using the Caldina Daiwa 8000 high gear. I got to do the maintenance on it. Sounds pretty good though. I have, want to say 4 PE. So, you know, that's whatever you want to say, 65 pounds, something like that. I'm using 60-pound leader on there. I have one of these gadgets here. Really cool. You can throw that on there. And it prevents, you know, your line going through your eyes or whatever. So I'm going to put a number 4 swivel on there. And from there, I'm going to connect it to this piece of metal here. Okay, so if you can see here, it's got a swivel. You got an attachment there and another swivel. So this is going to go onto the end where I said that that's the eye is going to go. And then basically I'm going to lead this to the leader. On here, I'm going to put maybe 150 gram, 200 gram jig, pretty heavy, right? And off of there, you're going to run this leader. Okay, so on the back you can really see there. I'll give you a good look at that. It is 15 DR and it's 120 or 250 centimeter, excuse me. And what you basically do is you can run a live lure off of it, or you can grab these. These are called ebbing. So they're supposed to look like gigantic plankton. It kind of shows you that setup that I'm talking about there. Hopefully it catches there, but you have your stick, you have the jig on there, and then you run the leader off there with this on there, and you're just basically slow pitching, giving it that action there, a long kind of floating thing, and your tuna are going to run by and eat it up. The other thing that I got is some type of a leader, basically the same type, but you run your setup on there, and this is for white trevally. I guess those are in the area. I'm not sure if it's the right season. That's 15 DR as well. So 15 DR, that's like a 8 PE, something like that. And that's 2.2 meters, so 200 centimeter, something like that. So off of there, and then I'm going to be playing with my new toy on my slow pitch, which is downstairs. Right before I moved, I picked up a slow pitch Saltiga. It's got the battery on there. This is a real beauty. I'm going to be slow pitching off of there. I have no idea what I'm going to catch on my next trip. I'm going to go Thursday. Today is Tuesday for reference. I'm watching the wind closely because this area you're in, afternoons are absolutely horrible for winds, especially evenings. Concerned with like my Starlink just flying away. But yeah, I'm super excited. I can't wait to be out on the water again. I got fat, so I need to see if our wetsuit fits, but if not, I'm sure I'll make something happen because I still have wetsuit pants and all that. The weather, for your reference, it's in the 50s, 60s. Like, it really depends. Like, last night, a supercell came through, horrible downpour, horrible lightning. My wife left her windows open, so guess who had to go out in that. But it's kind of the season for that to happen down here. This is not Kyushu. They have some very strange weather. And then all the cold fronts, basically that mountain range where Fuji is, blocks everything. So I'm going to end this episode. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for keeping updated. I'm going to drop the kayak episode that I'm about to do as soon as I can, now that things are kind of getting settled out. Once I have my job going, obviously things will change up again, but I don't think it's going to change too much. But thank you guys for watching. Please stay. Please keep updated. Yeah. Peace out, guys.